All right, we are working. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my first podcast of CPTSD, the gorgeous disaster. And thank you so much to everyone that is here listening to this at any point in time. I really appreciate you supporting me and just listening to what I have to say about the world. And I appreciate you respecting my opinions and hearing out my opinions. And I also look forward to hearing yours. So today, for a first episode, I was tossing around in my head a couple different ideas of what I wanted to talk about, which is good because I have a lot of things that I want to talk about. And I settled on love because understanding how love affects you when you have CPTSD can really be a game changer for you, because it was for me. I realized in my last relationship, kind of like towards the end when it was getting worse, that he didn't love me unconditionally. And even when I would ask him or say, "You don't love me unconditionally," as someone with CPTSD, I'm like constantly testing the people that I'm in relationships with. I'm constantly testing their love for me, their unconditional love for me, because I don't believe that it's true. I don't believe that someone could have unconditional love for me because my own parents couldn't. And that goes for a lot of people who have CPTSD. It's most likely that at least one, if not both, of your parents at some point in your life when you really needed them to love you unconditionally, they didn't. And it leaves you feeling very insecure your whole life, not even knowing possibly what unconditional love really truly is. Now, I am fortunate to have had amazing grandparents that I know loved me unconditionally. And I have a sister and brothers that I know love me unconditionally. And I do believe that my father, even though he had a very weird way of showing it, he did definitely love me unconditionally. And I believe that my mom is getting there. And I feel fortunate that she is willing to try to get better and give me and my sister the love that we deserve and need from our parents and our family. Because think about it. If you don't have your family in this world, like, who do you got? Who do you have? Right? Well, I'm going to answer that because you have something. If you even have no family, you have something. And that is, you have you. You have yourself. And being able to love yourself unconditionally is going to be the greatest gift that you can give to yourself. And it is going to take a lot of time. And it might get lonely. And it might get boring. There's a million bad things that you can probably think of when you're going to be trying to love yourself unconditionally. And you have to, first of all, reverse all the negative feelings that you have about yourself. You have to believe that you're worthy of unconditional love. Yes, you are worthy of somebody saying to you, I will take a bullet for you. And that's because I know for a fact, if you're listening to my podcast, that there's one, if not more than one person in your life that you wouldn't hesitate to take a bullet for because you love them unconditionally. And you have so much unconditional love to give to other people. And when it's not reciprocated, it can be really, really hurtful. And even more, it can be really, really triggering. Okay? It can be very angering. It can be very, very frustrating. And it can also be confusing because you can think that you are in this relationship with someone and they tell you they love you and you believe that they love you and they maybe buy you flowers, maybe they take you out on dates, but there's just still something that's missing. Your gut is telling you that there's something missing. And I really want to just say right now that all of us have had more life experience than most. But for some reason, we doubt ourselves the most. And it just is, that's backwards. We have more life experience, so we should not be doubting ourselves. And we should follow our gut, our instincts, our intuition. We have such powerful intuition because, well, we've been around the block a few times, and chances are we've probably seen this situation or we've seen a similar one. We remember the outcome. And we don't want any more trauma. But we're also not scared of it. We know the signs of it. We know someone else is experiencing it. And because we have experienced it, it hurts us to see someone else go through it. And people who have not had chronic complex trauma could be actively traumatizing somebody and not even batting an eyelash about it because, well, they've never been traumatized, so they don't know how bad it is or how much it can hurt or for how long it can hurt. And even more, I feel like when you're dealing with someone who has never experienced their own trauma or was taught not to talk about their trauma, is going to be very hard for you to deal with because having to be quiet, not being able to speak your mind, having someone tell you that you're crazy when you just want them to believe you, you just want them to believe what you're saying, that's triggering. And it's triggering because chances are we likely had an abuser, maybe multiple abusers, that would conduct smear campaigns on us, even as children. Okay? Conduct smear campaigns on us so we look crazy. So when we try to call them out on their abuse or expose them for their abuse, everyone just already thinks you're crazy. They don't believe you. Like, someone literally destroyed your credibility before you could even get the words out.